you saw in my last video, I promise you, I've not taken this cardigan off since buying it. I live in this thing now. Like, it's the comfiest thing. It also looks cute. It's summery, and when do I ever wear colour? This is like the first and most colourful thing in my wardrobe. Hey guys, I feel like it's been a while since we did a girl talk, and I feel like our girl talks are always so good because you guys ask some really good questions, and questions that kind of anyone can relate to. I feel like we've all been here as girls, and I like to kind of pep talk you because this is something I would have needed in these stages of my life. Like, I've been through so many talking stages and relationships and even an engagement, so I feel like I know what I'm talking about, but maybe I'll look back on this in like 3 years and be like, you have no idea. I think if anything, I am such a good pep talker. Like, if a girl needs advice, or if a girl needs just a little bit of comfort, or needs a little kick up the bum if she's going through a breakup or going through something with her man or her girlfriend, I'm the person that they call or come to, because I will make you feel like a queen. I will make you feel like you own the world, and that's what I want to do for you. So I do have some really juicy questions. Sorry, that was probably so cringy, but I just know I'm good at this shit. Like, I can pep talk someone to becoming government. We're just gonna chat. We're just gonna have a little FaceTime and see what happens. So the first one, which I got quite a lot, was talking stage advice. I have been through my fair share of talking stages, to the point where I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. I can't do it anymore. In the talking stage, I feel like we automatically try and impress the other person. So if they're like, for example, if they say, I love pizza, and you actually don't like pizza, you just kind of say you like things because you want them to like you back. But in the long run, I've learned that never works. I promise you, it never works. If you're saying you like pizza, then this guy is going to be taking you to pizza restaurants all the time, and you're not actually going to like pizza, to the point where you'll get to the stage where you're like, do you know what, fuck this, I actually hate pizza. And then he's like, wait, what? And then you see that you're not as connected as you thought you were. I would just stay true to yourself, and if that person likes you for you, then great, and if they don't, then that's not your person. And that's what I found. Like, you've just got to be yourself. Like, I even remember when me and Manny started getting back into a relationship, I was almost trying to be this person I thought he wanted me to be. And then one day, I was actually going through therapy at the time, one day I just kind of turned around, I called him, and I was like, I'm just gonna be myself. And he was like, what are you on about? And I was like, Manny, I'm not being 100% me. I'm saying I think something's cool when I actually don't think it's cool, and I'm just doing it because I think you'll like me more. And he was like, Mads, what are you on about? Like, I already love you. So it's, yeah, that's probably my biggest piece of advice. Okay, this might be a little bit controversial. This is what I used to do. I would never, oh my god, is this bad advice? I'm going to tell you anyway. I would never put all of my eggs in one basket. I'm just saying, like, unless I'm your girlfriend, don't be expecting no wife duties from me, because I feel like the other person's probably going to be doing the same. I'm going to be honest. Like, I've always found in talking stages, when I've eventually got into a relationship, the other person was like, oh yeah, I was talking to this person and I had to cut them off, and I'm like, right, well, same. I would probably say, like, unless it starts to get serious, don't put all of your time and effort. I don't want to say eggs, because I want to make it clearer that you just don't want to be putting so much time and effort into a person if, one, they're talking to multiple people, and two, if you're not actually going to end up with them, because then you've just wasted, I mean, I guess it's not wasted time, because you learn from every relationship and talking stage you go through, but you just don't want to be giving all of your energy to one person if you're not 100% sure yet. But yeah, I'm not a games person. I never have been. I don't do the whole, like, I'm gonna wait half an hour for someone to reply because they waited 15 minutes. Like, no. I think just be you, and if that person likes you, then it's meant to be, and then if they don't, or like things fiddle, if things phase, then it just was never meant to be. The last piece of advice I would give on a talking stage is don't be needy, because I feel like for as much as a guy likes to feel wanted and needed. It's also really attractive when they don't need you but they want you, if that makes sense. So for me, if me and Manny broke up right now, God forbid, but if we did, I've still got my own money, I've got a car, I've got friends, I've got everything I would need. He's just bringing that extra bonus into my life, but I don't need anyone. Like, I'm good by myself, I'm good with my friends and my family. I think that's really attractive as well, because it just shows them that you want them but you don't need them. So yeah, I would say don't be like super clingy and needy, because there's no need for that, and you don't want a guy being like, oh my god, she's so fucking clingy. I don't know whether that's good advice, but that's what I would tell my girlfriends anyway, and you are my girlfriends and boyfriends. Okay, this is one that I'm personally going through, but I know a lot of people have been through this, and I was speaking to a trainer recently and I didn't realize how many girls go through this. I thought I was like a one-off because I've never known this to happen to anyone that I know. But what to do to get your period back. Thank you for speaking out on this, and thank you so much for that comment, because I got a lot of mixed reviews like, oh my god, you should not be promoting this, and I was like, I'm not promoting me losing my period. I'm saying it's a bad thing. I've put that much stress on my body that my menstrual cycle's gone, well, I'm not giving you anything. And I'm like, right, well, great. So along with losing my period, I've also lost my libido, not completely, but like it's a lot lower. My skin's gone really dry. I don't know whether you can see my shoulder, but my shoulders have looked like this. You'd think this was fake tan, that's just dry skin. I'm being honest, like, it's disgusting. I'm literally shedding like a snake. That's another symptom anyway, so I'm literally lotioning every hour. You have no energy, your digestive system isn't digesting the way it normally is. There are a lot of different side effects that you can get, so honestly, it is not nice and it is not a good thing at all. My boyfriend's sister was saying that she used to lose her periods around exam time because she was so stressed. So sometimes it's not diet or exercise, sometimes it's just if you're stressed, and there's nothing you can really do other than just trying to relax a little bit more, which is easier said than done. But I've definitely cut down on how many days I go to the gym. I definitely still go to the gym because I think it's good for endorphins and it's good to move your body and stuff, but I've just made my gym sessions not as intense. Like, I was doing intense cardio, whereas now I'm sticking to light weights, doing Pilates. I did a Pilates class today and it was really good, and I've included a lot of good fats in my diet. So apparently avocado is really good, salmon, and I've just upped my calories a little bit. I don't track calories, but I just eat what I would normally eat on a day-to-day basis, but I just snack a little bit more and make my portion sizes a little bit bigger. And one thing that I did used to do, I'm not gonna lie, is I usually skipped breakfast. Not all the time, sometimes I woke up starving and then I'd eat, but most times I don't wake up hungry, so I'd skip breakfast. But I'm making sure that I eat within the first hour of me waking up, and apparently that really helps. So yeah, it's a journey. I might even do a video on me trying to get it back, because I can't wait for the day that I just, this is gonna be TMI, but see blood. Like, I get all of the symptoms, I still get cramps, I still get PMS, but no physical periods. I really like this question, how to be more feminine. This is something that I'm personally trying to work on, because I think we're in a culture right now where women are like hustle, 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 and for me that's not feminine. Like, that's stepping into your masculinity, and I've definitely done that. Like, I am, let me tell you, it doesn't look like it from social media, but I am constantly thinking about work. I'm constantly trying to think of new ways to make money, and I am a hustler. I come from a hustling family, so naturally I'm born to want to make money and to work hard. But I'm trying to live a little bit of a softer life, and I'm trying to make myself not feel guilty for constantly be on the run or on the go, because I do that. Like, I can be sat watching TV for 10 minutes and then I'm like, okay, what can I do next? I'll find myself doing something other than relaxing. Does that make any sense? Like, I just can't relax most of the time, but I'm trying to step into my femininity at the minute. I'm trying to relax a little bit more. I'm trying to live a bit of a softer life, which is why I wanted to do Pilates today. And I've definitely found that, this sounds so weird, but romanticizing my life a little bit more just makes me feel so feminine. In the morning, this is gonna sound so weird, in the morning, play Pink and White by Frank Ocean and romanticize your morning routine. I don't know what it is, but you will have this surge of like serotonin running through your body while you're doing just normal stuff like making your breakfast or making coffee or making your bed. It just feels like you're romanticizing everything that you're doing, and that's definitely one way to step into your femininity. I think another way is dressing a little bit more feminine, because I was at a point in my life where I was constantly wearing cargos and oversized things and baggy things, and I didn't feel very feminine. Like, I'd be sat like a boy, I would be walking around like a boy. I wasn't in my femininity when I was wearing oversized clothes. Whereas now I'm wearing dresses again, I'm wearing skirts again. It sounds ridiculous, but I promise you, I feel so pretty and sexy when I'm in like a floaty skirt and heels. It's definitely made me more feminine. But other little traits that I think make someone more feminine is being kind. I feel like women are so kind and gentle and soft, and if you're hard and like that kind of person and loud and whatever, that to me is more masculine. Whereas if you're soft and you're kind and you've got a good heart, that is so feminine, and you're not competitive, you want everyone to win. And that's where I'm trying to be at. I want to be a divine feminine woman. Oh, I just love women. I think we're so cute. Do you ever doubt being with Manny? Not for a second. I can't explain it. I say this to him every single day, but I feel like I've met my person. And I know this wasn't meant to be like a personal girl talk, but I think if you're in a relationship and you're even having the smidgest bit of doubt, bearing in mind I've been engaged, and during that engagement period I was like, do I actually want this? And obviously never went through with getting married. So I just think even if you're having small doubts, I promise you, them small doubts, oh my god, my stomach's growling, are gonna grow over time. That probably sounded like I farted. I promise I didn't. That was literally my stomach. I think if you're planning on spending the rest of your life with someone, there shouldn't be any doubts at all. Obviously you're gonna hit rough patches, and I think in them rough patches you'll be like, does this make sense? But it's whether you can work through them rough patches, and if you can, and then you're like, actually that was a moment, then that's a little bit different. Do you ever feel alone or lonely? Well, this is a funny question, because I obviously live with Emmanuel and we both work from home, so we're pretty much together all the time. But even when we're together, if I'm in a bad place, I can feel so lonely. I'm not in a bad place at the minute. I feel a lot better in myself, but when I came back from LA and I had that weird period of time, I felt so unbelievably lonely. And I think sometimes being lonely isn't being on your own, if that makes sense. You can literally be in a room full of people and still feel alone. If you're feeling misunderstood, or sorry about the lighting, it's going like in and out. If you're feeling misunderstood, if you feel like people don't understand what you're going through, say you're going through a breakup, no one can experience the pain you're feeling, because only you and that person knows what you two had. So that feeling of going through a breakup can be really lonely. I've been there and it's horrible. Sometimes it takes weeks to shake it off, but it eventually passes, as does everything. I think sometimes just talking to someone honestly helps so much. I know this is the most cringiest quote in the world, but a problem shared is actually a problem halved. Once I've unloaded on someone, whether it's my mom, Manny, a therapist, a friend, I instantly feel like someone's with me. And I promise you, if you're telling the right person and you're telling someone that's going to have your back, then they're going to be in whatever you're in with you. They'll be checking in on you, they'll be making sure you're okay, and you'll feel less alone. Or you can even just like watch a YouTuber that you find really comforting, because sometimes if I'm feeling a little bit lonely and feel like I just want someone's company, sometimes I'll put on like a comfort YouTuber. At the minute mine's Emma Chamberlain. I feel like I was so late to the bandwagon, because now she's stopped doing YouTube and I'm like, but I need more. To be fair, she's been doing YouTube for so long that there's so many videos that I have to catch up on, but I love Emma Chamberlain. Like, if ever I just need to be comforted, she is my go-to person at the minute. Okay, dating app opinions. This one came up quite a lot because I think a lot of people meet through dating apps these days. Like, I know a lot of my friends are in relationships through dating apps. I also think they can be quite dangerous, because you can just be scrolling endlessly and just always be disappointed or I don't know, like, for me personally, it's not the way I would have liked to meet my husband. But I also understand that, one, people find it really hard to meet people these days because maybe they don't like going out, maybe they're a bit of an introvert, maybe they find it easier to talk over text first because they find it easier. I definitely understand dating apps. It just wasn't for me personally, but all I would say is just be super careful if you're on them because, sorry, my camera stopped, I've been talking for a long time. I just don't want anyone to feel like they're just endlessly scrolling through all of these I don't actually know how it works, but like just scrolling through people and just feeling disappointed, or like going through a million talking stages on dating apps and just always feeling like nothing's ever happening, if that makes sense. I think if used properly, dating apps can obviously be a good thing. Like, one of my closest friends met her boyfriend on a dating app and I know they're so happy, so it definitely can work. Should I be picky with friendships? Absolutely. Like, this is the most important question I've answered today. Absolutely yes. You take advice from friends. If someone is giving you bad advice and you're taking it, I had a friend that was giving me really bad advice, and I swear she was doing it on purpose. Give me the worst relationship advice, and now I understand that she literally just wanted me all to herself. But she used to give me the worst advice, and that to me is such a bad friend, because your friend should want you to be happy in any circumstance. Because you take advice from your friends, don't you? Like, you hear what they're saying, and even if you disagree with them, subconsciously you've taken on board what they're saying, and it will change your opinion in some way. If I could give you one piece of advice, it would be, it is so much better to have no friends than bad friends, because bad friends will always influence you in a negative way, whereas at least if you've got yourself, you can feed yourself with positive things. You also don't want jealous friends, because I've been there, and honestly they just weigh you down. They will make you feel like shit or just make you feel stupid. The older I've gotten, the more I realise that it's so good just to have a really close-knit circle of friends. Like, I used to have a million friends growing up, and I still do, to be fair. Like, I feel like I've got a lot of friends. I'm a really friendly person, and I feel like I'm really easy to talk to, so naturally I attract people into my life. But when I say small, close-knit group of friends, I mean ones that you could tell anything to, ones that if you had a secret project you could tell them and they would be so excited for you and only want good things. And if you was going through something really bad with your boyfriend, you could tell them, there would be no judgment, and if you got back with your boyfriend, they'd be like, okay, I support you. You want them kind of friends in your close circle. But it's also good to have a lot of friends for different things, like to go out with and to have fun with. And you know, like, I don't think it's good to close yourself off from people and just be with your small group of friends, because you're not going to learn a whole amount from like 2 friends. Whereas I feel like meeting new people and, you know, like having different conversations with new people will also like better your knowledge, if that makes sense, and will make you wiser. I don't know whether this one I should take offensively. How to get over getting old. So I'm coming up to my 25th year of life, and 25 used to be my scary age, because obviously then you're going into your 30s, and apparently 30s is old. Let me tell you, 30s is not old. I was watching the Kardashians the other day. I hate to admit that, but I was. And Kim was saying 40s are the best years for sex, and just the best years. And I was like, we have all of that to look forward to, and imagine how much experience, life experience, knowledge, wisdom we'll have in our 40s and in our 50s. And I feel like we're scared of getting old right now because of the phase of life that we're in, but we're gonna go through different phases. For example, me and Manny was talking the other day, and we was talking about marriage, and I said to him, are you not scared that you'll never have a first kiss again, or never sleep with someone for the first time again? And he was like, no, because we're gonna have so many different new first times of things. Our firstborn, when we get engaged, when we get married, the first time we buy a house, the first time, there's gonna be so many different firsts on our journey and so many different experiences that we're gonna go through, that getting old to me is such a blessing. There's been so many young people that have died at a young age and haven't got to experience that. So the fact that we get to grow old is such a privilege. I feel so different now to when I was 21, so I can't wait to feel different again when I'm 30. And in terms of wrinkles, there's anti-aging creams, there's Botox, we're all good, like, don't worry about that. Or you can embrace the wrinkles. I mean, my mum has not had an inch of work done to her, and she is, in my eyes, the most beautiful woman on the planet. But me personally, I will not be growing old gracefully, unfortunately. What to do when you get ghosted? What can you do when you get ghosted? You've just gotta take the L and move on. I mean, that's what I would personally do. If someone ghosted me, I'd be like, well, you're fucking lost. It hurts, okay? I wouldn't be like, okay, you're lost. Like, I'd be like, ow, okay, that was unnecessary. But for whatever reason they've done it, they've obviously done it with some sort of reason. So let's just hope they've suffered brain loss and forgotten about you. But in most cases, either guys are too scared of commitment, they think it's going too fast, or guys are just pricks sometimes, honestly. Like, there's no top and bottom about it. Like, have I ever been I don't think I've ever been ghosted. I've definitely had something fizzle, but I don't think someone's just ever not spoken to me ever again. But if that did happen, I think you've just got to take the L and just move on and just think that wasn't my person then. Learn from it. Learn that's not the kind of boy that you want, or kind of girl that you want. Girls can ghost as well. Have I ever ghosted someone? I think I have. Moving on. How is it living with money, and how do you manage to split everything? So I love living with money. I'm such a neat freak, so sometimes I try to relax a little bit more because he's not messy, but I just like things a certain way. I'm a Virgo, I'm very organized. So if, for example, the sponge hasn't been wringed out, I'm like, money, can we not do that? Or if he just leaves something on the side, I'm like, are you gonna move that at some point, just to ease my brain? And he's like, yes, Mads, you need to calm down. And I do need to relax, and I have relaxed a lot more. But I love living with money. Like, our little morning routine, going to bed together, thinking about what we're gonna have for dinner. I literally love it. It's exactly how I imagined living with the love of my life would be. That's the only way I can explain it. And then obviously there's the less fairy tale side to it, which is bills and how we split everything. So we both pay rent. Manny's always said that he wants to look after me in the future when his business is booming. In a relationship, everything should be equal. I would never expect Manny to pay for all of our dates, or, I mean, obviously in the first few months of us dating, Manny used to get everything. Like, he used to get all of our dates, he used to get, if we went to the cinema, he used to pay for pretty much everything, because I don't know, that was just what he wanted to do for me. That was just, I guess, his culture and how he got brought up. He just wanted to get everything for the girl he was trying to win over. Oh, the reality of a relationship is it's good to split things, and I'm so happy to do that. Like, I'm independent enough that I used to live here by myself. I used to pay the full rent, whereas now we can split it. But also, it would be nice to get looked after in a few years, so let's hope and pray. Okay, I feel like I've been speaking for a very long time, so I hope you guys got something out of this video. I definitely want to do some more. I want to do more like pep talks, like how to become a feminine woman and how to be an excellent woman. I listened to a podcast the other day on how to become an excellent woman, and it gave me so much inspiration. I feel like maybe I need a podcast. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got something out of this video and enjoyed it. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next one.